Hi, I'm Mark from Brown Works, and today I want to show you compare some of the different variations of the Beretta 92. I only have a few variations here today. Beretta does have, if you look at their website, they have like 16 different entries on their website, and even after you drill into any one of those 16, there's more variations underneath there. And it could be as simple as a variation that has a 10 round magazine versus a 15 or 13 round magazine. Whether or not you have the regular safety or a decocker only. So there's well over 30 different variations that you can purchase today, looking at what they have on their website. Now there are other variations out there. We're talking today about the Beretta Model 92. There is the Model 96 out there that is basically the same pistol as the 92, except it's a 40 caliber. So you're going to have a slightly different magazine, slide, barrel, and a couple of the other internal parts, like the ejector, is going to be slightly different. So I have here today 3 different examples of a full-size Beretta 92 and 3 examples of a compact size. So I'm going to show you some of the differences that we have, and talk about some of the other features if you're going out and looking at Berettas. Okay, now there are different model numbers. You'll see the Beretta 92, or you'll see a model M9, and the models with the M9 are more closely follow the military specs. They're not exactly what the military gets, because the military, there are different stampings on the firearms that actually go to the military. So let's start off with the basic standard. This is a Beretta 92F. Currently, if you look on their website, they're going to be under the Model 92FS. But this is a much older model. And one of the things with this older model is the hammer pivot pin. This older model has a flush pivot pin. Okay. Any of the newer models are going to have a pivot pin with a large head on it. And this head actually protrudes up into the slide. Now, as I know it, is that is to help prevent the slide from coming off. It's another safety feature to help keep that slide in place. Okay. So some of the other feature of the different models is sometimes the different sights. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but in this example, there's a single dot on the rear sight and a single dot on the front sight. Okay, so that's an older model. You're going to have some that have no dots. These are totally blacked out, the back and the front. Okay. And here's some of the more traditional 2-dot and then the single dot. Okay. So that's one thing you might want to look for when you're looking at the different models, and you'll see some of those differences. Let me go to this one. This is actually model 92S. Now this is an older, this is more the European style, where the magazine release is down here at the bottom. So this model is going to have totally different grips, because it needs to have the cutout for the magazine release at the bottom versus the magazine release up where the thumb rests. Okay. Now this full size, this model is actually an M9A3. Again, this one has model M9 versus the 92. The other model is a 92X that has the straight back strap here. So the grips are going to be different. They're going to be straight versus having that rounded belly on this back. Okay. Now you'll also have some differences, like this one has a threaded barrel. The regular 92X, at least the examples I've seen, do not have the threaded barrel. And 92X's I've only seen come in the straight black, where the M9 A3s will come in, you can get them in different two-tone, different colors. Okay. This model I haven't even seen on their website. The current model that they have on their website is all with that FDE color to the slide as well. Okay. One of the other things to mention with this 92S, again, since the magazine release is at the bottom, the actual physical magazines are different as well. They are not interchangeable. This one has the cutout for the catch at the bottom, versus the standard grips, or the standard magazines, have the cutout midway up the magazine. Okay, and they have the cutout on either side, because those magazine releases can be ambidextrous. They can be turned around to be on the left side or the right side. So all the other magazines are interchangeable, other than what I've said with the Model 96, which is a totally different caliber. Okay. All right. Some other differences in the frame are whether or not you have rails or no rails. You can get those different options. Also, with the different models, you may have models that have a squared off trigger guard and squared off underneath the barrel and the guide rod. So this is squared off. Versus only squared off on the trigger guard, and it's rounded underneath the barrel. Okay. Or some of them are just going to be totally rounded trigger guard, rounded underneath the barrel. Okay. Now let's move on to the compacts. Now you have the same options with the compacts as you do with the full size, of whether or not you have rails or no rails, or the different models that have rounded trigger guard or squared off trigger guards. You have all those same different options. And again, you need to, if you're concerned about the sights, you can check the sights. Like this one has a combination where it's totally blacked out at the back, but has a red dot on the front sight. Okay. This is a model 92X compact. Again, the 92X has the straight back strap. Okay. Versus this is just the 92 compact that has the rounded back. Now it's not as pronounced as the full size, but it's still rounded on the back side. Okay. So your grips are definitely going to be different when you're looking for grips. You want to look, if it's straight, you want to look for, they'll usually say that's Vertec, the Vertec style. Okay. But again, these compacts come in the different variations, rail, no rail. Okay. And the sight pictures, you want to check that. This one has 2 white dots and a single white dot on the front sight. So there are those types of differences. And you can get the Beretta 92 compact inox, and the inox is in your stainless steel. Some people like it better. They say that you can clean it a little bit better. I like it because of the color variations, and you can actually, different color grips and all will accent the gun as well. Now this, again, has different sights. It has 2 red dots for the rear sight and a single red dot on the front sight. Okay. And this one has the squared off trigger guard with the rails and the squared off undercut under the guide rod and barrel. Okay. So again, you got to make sure what model you have. We make 5 different variations of grips. The full size standard rounded grips, the compact size rounded grips, the full size Vertec straight grips, and the compact Vertec straight grips. And we make a 5th version that's going to fit these 92S models with the mag release at the bottom. And there are the only other model that I'm aware of is the 92X Performance, which has a totally different look to it. And the grips are going to be totally different. We currently do not make those grips, but we will probably by the end of the year. I did want to show you some examples of a Taurus 92, because we get questions all the time. Well, does the Beretta 92 grips fit the Taurus 92? And the answer is no. There are some differences. Even though, again, the way I heard it was Taurus bought one of the Beretta factories when they were making these, to make these, the Taurus PT92s, and actually it's a PT92, or you'll see a PT99. This is actually a PT99, and the major differences that I'm aware of is On the 99, the sights are adjustable versus the 92, they're fixed sights. But the difference is here with the Taurus is that the safety is actually down here on the frame versus up on the slide. So the grips just won't fit just for that reason, is there's no cutout for the safety. Yeah, their safety is, I believe it's part of the hammer pivot pin, or it's in that place. Okay. Another difference for the grips are the actual grip screws are different. On the Beretta, you have bushings, and on this Taurus, the screws actually screw into the frame, or at least 3 of the 4 do. There's this top screw hole on the left-hand side is totally different than the other 3. So that's another difference. So you're going to have 2 different screws. You're going to have this one single screw that's going to go in the top on the left-hand side. And then all the rest of them are going to be a little bit fatter because they're going to screw directly into the frame. Okay. So that's another major difference. Now we will eventually be making grips for the Taurus as well that will fit the Taurus 92s and 99s. That'll be either later this year or next year. So I just wanted to show you some of those differences. Okay. So I'm by no means the expert, but I hope you got a little bit of information from this video today. And I thank you very much for watching. So give us either thumbs up or thumbs down. Leave us a comment, good or bad. We would love to hear from you. So thank you for watching.